top scoop getter at The Spectator is Cara Kennedy. It was less than a year ago that Harry and Meghan were dumped by Spotify and slammed as effing grifters by a boss after failing to deliver on their £15 million podcast deal with the streaming giant. But like a phoenix from the ashes, the Duchess of Sussex is now back with a new deal after signing to lesser-known streaming firm Lemonada? Me neither. To keep producing her infamous Archetypes podcast. Announcing her new podcast deal, Jessica Cordova-Kramer, the founder of Lemonada, me neither, gushed, "We are beyond honoured that Meghan has trusted us to help democratise access to archetypes." Oh, it's going to be a load of this, isn't it? And that so many more people around the world will have access to the series soon. Meghan's talent as host, creator and conversationalist is unparalleled. And we are thrilled to co-create a new series with her that fosters her approach to creating art that matters. But Cara Kennedy, will the Duchess of Sussex have anything new or valuable to say, do you think?
I mean, probably not. It's probably going to be more of the same thing. Lemonada, again, I've never heard of it either until now. It describes itself as a network that shares the unfiltered version of the human experience. So that is pretty perfect for Meghan. It sums it up. It's definitely going to be all about Meghan's experience, as if we haven't heard enough already, Meghan's story. And I'm sure that even though it's likely that she'll have guests like she did on Archetypes, we know from experience that Meghan has a knack for making it all about her.
She does. She's also described as a feminist, OK, in all of this. I'm just not convinced that Meghan Markle is a particularly massive feminist. I mean, you look at the way that there was a bit of a fallout, to say the least, with Catherine as well. I mean, on their new website, Sussex.com, it does actually say that she's a feminist and champion of human rights and gender equality. Her lifelong advocacy for women and girls remains a constant thread in her humanitarian and business ventures. But as US media superstar Megyn Kelly says, I mean, she's not too sure.
And of course, she, another hypocrite, is calling herself a feminist. She's not a feminist. She's only a Meghanist. That's it. She cares about promoting one thing, herself. Just ask Katie Wadey, as she referred to Kate Middleton in her interview with Oprah, a low blow hit. Or ask Omid Scobie, Meghan's stenographer, who took way below the belt hits at Kate in the book he just put out. She only likes one woman. It's herself. She wasn't very good to the Queen.
Has she got a point?
I think so. I mean, I've always thought it was quite ironic that Meghan's such a self-described feminist and she's droned on about it for her entire career and even made a career out of it sometimes. But at the same time, she viciously competes with women around her, particularly the Queen and Kate. What we've seen of her behaviour, the bullying, manipulation, is far from feminist. And I would describe her as calculating and competitive, but probably not feminist, first and foremost.
I mean, this is going to be part of the issue for her, because obviously, look, she will deny that there's bullying behaviour going on, etc. But one of the problems when you do podcasts like this and you bill it as, oh, this is me, the unvarnished me, and then it turns out to be incredibly varnished and fake, then you end up with a situation where people go, well, hang on a minute, are you just a massive hypocrite?
Well, I'm not sure we have much left to hear of her story after Netflix and Archetypes and Harry's book and all of their different interviews. She hasn't seen a lot of members of the royal family for now years. So I don't really know what she's going to have left to say.
Do you think she suffers from a little bit of delusion, which is that her just going about her daily business, which as far as I can tell is occasionally popping up at some kind of Bob Marley event and maybe pushing Harry around the theatre a little bit to try and get a better seat and, you know, popping up at a hockey game, etc., that people actually really care about hearing that stuff?
I think at the beginning she was kind of vindicated in her own delusion because there was such a split down the middle of who supported Meghan and who didn't, and who supported the Sussexes and who didn't. But now, as the years have gone on, there is no support for the Sussexes anymore. It isn't that 50-50 split. In fact, it's more like 95.5% for the people who actually support them. So I don't know if she can live in her delusions for much longer.
OK, Cara, thank you very, very much. That's Cara Kennedy, the Royal Scoop Getter. Now,